So now I'm starting my second video for first-time visitors to Baku. In this video, I'm essentially going to go over some of the basic facts, about language, culture, a little bit about history, about Azerbaijan, where to stay at, what restaurants to eat at, information about mobile phone networks there, um, as well as suggestions for tour guide companies and getting around, and payment system is there as well. So just a few facts about Baku and Azerbaijan. So Azerbaijan has a population anywhere from between 9 to 10 million. Baku, which is obviously the capital, is the largest city, has a population of about 2 million. So Azerbaijan, as I mentioned in the first video, uh, was part of Iran for many centuries, especially under the Safavid Empire and the Qajar Empire. The Safavids actually are Azerbaijani, so they emerged from Azerbaijan actually, and are not Farsi speaking. I know there's a lot of contention between Iranians and Azerbaijanis over that, but historically that is the fact that the Safavids are Azerbaijanis and not Azerbaijani speaking and not Farsi speaking. Um, then under the Ottoman Empire, under Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, he did capture Azerbaijan from the Safavid Empire, which was then later retaken by Shah Abbas, if I'm not mistaken. Azerbaijan remained part of Safavid and then later Qajar until about the 1820s, when the Russian Empire began its expansion into the Caucasus, and eventually uh, Azerbaijan was called North Azerbaijan, was ceded to Russia in the treaties of Golestan and Turkmenchai, from the Qajars to the Russian Empire. And North Azerbaijan, or what is now the Republic of Azerbaijan, was part of the Russian Empire. There was a brief 2-year period after the collapse of the Romanov dynasty in Russia, in the midst of the Russian Civil War between the Bolsheviks and the Whites, where Azerbaijan did declare its independence as the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic, which existed for about 2 years until the Soviets reinvaded and reasserted their control. And Azerbaijan remained part of the Soviet Union until its collapse in 1991, where then Azerbaijan regained its independence. The language the people of Azerbaijan speak is Azerbaijani, which is a Turkic language. So it's very closely related to the modern to the Turkish speaking and the Turkish spoken in Turkey. My observation was about 80% of Azerbaijani can be understood in Turkey and vice versa. The pronunciation of the words are slightly different, and that kind of throws it off. An example, in Turkish, chicken is tavuk, and Azerbaijani, chicken is pronounced, instead of tavuk, toyuk. So there's some the pronunciation is slightly different. The remainder 20% of Azerbaijani is Farsi. So for my Pakistani viewers, a lot of the Farsi words there will come out as words we're very, very familiar with in Urdu. So you'll hear a lot of familiar words there. Some that are to Turkey, but the pronunciation will be the same in Azerbaijani as in Urdu, almost virtually. Even though in Turkish, a lot of the Urdu and Turkish words which are the same, pronunciation in Turkish is slightly different. So as I mentioned, Azerbaijan regained its independence in 1991. It was involved in a war with Armenia over Nagorno-Karabakh, which Armenia conquered, uh, as well as more adjacent districts of Azerbaijan proper as well. Uh, and Armenia has occupied that area since 1991. There's been a ceasefire in place, I believe, since 1994, which remains to this day. There have been on and off negotiations between Armenia and Azerbaijan to return the territory back to Azerbaijan, but unsuccessful up until this point. Um, the main person responsible for uh, the consolidation of modern Azerbaijan uh, is Haydar Aliyev. Haydar Aliyev was actually the head of the Azerbaijan Soviet Socialist Republic when it was part of the Soviet Union, um, and then actually was the only Muslim member of the Soviet Politburo for a number of years until he was removed by Gorbachev. Uh, and then he resigned his membership of the Communist Party after the massacre of Black January in January 1990, when the Soviets when the Soviet Union uh, massacred a number of people in Baku. Under Haydar Aliyev, Azerbaijan was able to consolidate its independence, signed a very lucrative oil exploration deal in the Caspian Sea, which has helped develop the economy of Azerbaijan under his rule, and subsequently under his son Ilham Aliyev, who succeeded him, Haydar Aliyev, as president. So that's a bit about the history and culture of Azerbaijan. Um, the food of Azerbaijan is very similar to Iranian food, so not a lot of spices into it. It's more closely related to Iranian than to Turkish food. Not a lot of spices, but the food is prepared very well. The kebabs are very nice and very tasty and juicy, which I like. And Azerbaijani dessert, they have baklava, but it's pronounced with a P, so baklava, which is a diamond shape, uh, which I particularly liked when I was in Baku. So the food. So if you like Iranian food, Azerbaijani food is very very similar to Iranian food. Now, before I give the suggestion of where to stay, the one thing to keep in mind for my American viewers is that for whatever reason, American credit cards do not work uh, in Baku. I kind of learned that the hard way because my hotel required a credit card for the first day's stay prior to my arrival there. So when I sent them a credit card number, they kept on saying, "Well, their credit cards are not working." Um, I gave them one credit card, gave them the second credit card. And they said, "Well, we'll try it when you arrive." So when I arrived, I tried two more of my credit cards. It didn't work. So I was down to my debit card, which did work. So, um, and not just in the hotel, in visiting the various museums as well. Um, my credit card didn't. My U.S. based credit card did not work. My debit card did. This was kind of explained to me by my hotel by saying they explained it the way that for whatever reason American banks don't fully trust Azerbaijani banks with regards to financial transactions, so American credit cards don't work there. Um, Hopefully, if more American tourists go there, hopefully that will change. Otherwise, make sure you have a lot of cash in your bank account because you're gonna be forced to use your debit card there. Now where to stay in Baku? Now, obviously in Baku, one of the criticisms of Baku for tourists earlier is that it only really had 4 and 5 star hotels, so Marriott, Hilton, nothing really in the boutique side or kind of like a 3 star hotel. That is now beginning to change. In the old city, in the Ichishahir, there are many kind of boutique hotels there. I originally wanted to stay in the Ichishahir, The problem is that no cars are allowed there after 11 p.m. So with my Turkish Airlines flight, which was going to arrive at 2 a.m. in the morning, um, there was no way. I mean, I came to the conclusion, how am I going to get into the old city? So I decided to search for another hotel. Now, luckily, I stumbled across this hotel. It is an absolutely gem of a place. It's called the Citrus Boutique Hotel. Very, very affordable. It's a recently opened, family-owned hotel. It's open in a building which used to be apparently one of the largest hotels in the Caucasus. So they've renovated. Extremely friendly staff. They were very, very helpful with regards to restaurant suggestions. Unfortunately, I got sick when I was in Baku, and they were very helpful with regards to getting me orange juice and fruits to eat when I was there. Very helpful. The hotels are very affordable. The rooms are extremely modern in the back, and rooms and bathrooms are very modern. Um, uh, their communication via email was very prompt. They do provide transport from the hotel, from the Haydar Aliyev International Airport to the hotel. So I highly recommend the Citrus Boutique Hotel. Up until I was there in November, they do not have a website. Excuse me. So I stumbled across them actually on TripAdvisor. They do have a Facebook page. I will provide links in the description below the video. But if you type in Citrus Boutique Hotel in Google, um, it will come up. Uh, and like I said, they do have a Facebook page, so that's the way to kind of find them. I highly recommend them. They are in an excellent location. They're only a 5 minute walk from the Itcheshire, from the old city, um, in a place which is, and also walking distance from the Baku Boulevard. And at the back is Fountain Square, Nizami Street. Absolutely, it's a spectacular. It's a very excellent location. So the kind of main kind of areas of Baku are kind of within walking distance from it. So that is my recommendation of where you should stay if you go to Baku. Now, with regards to restaurants, now I was only in Baku for 3 days, but I came across two very good restaurants when I was there. One restaurant is called Kainara, which is in the old city, very close to the gate of the old city. This was suggested by my friend at the Azerbaijani embassy, political counselor Shalala Valieva. Uh, so Kainara is very good. They had very good breakfast. I had a very good dinner there as well. Uh, Once again, you're gonna have to use your debit card to pay. American credit cards won't work there either, unfortunately. Um, I'm saying for if my Pakistani viewers, their credit cards probably should work there. Um, I really enjoyed it. The location is very nice. Um, so Kainara is very good. One more thing: the Citrus Boutique Hotel does not serve breakfast. So if you want to go for breakfast, Kainara also serves breakfast as well. So you can go to Kainara um, for breakfast. The other restaurant I went to, well, I was taken there by a friend of mine's brother who was looking after me very well when I was in Baku. Um, Thank you, Orhan. If you ever see this video, I'd like to once again thank you. You're a true friend, and I really enjoyed my time with you when I was there. Um, the restaurant's called the Shirvan Shah Museum Restaurant. So it's an old type of house which was converted into a museum slash restaurant. I had an excellent dinner there, with a very large kebab platter and quail as well. And baklava was very good. I really enjoyed it. Um, that's a must go to if you go to Baku, the Shirvanshah Museum restaurant. Now, some information about cell phone networks there and mobile phone networks. the three major mobile and cell phone networks in Baku. The three are Azercell, Bakucell, and NAR. Now, um, as I mentioned in my Istanbul videos, I purchased a special roaming plan from T-Mobile, which is my mobile carrier, which gave me unlimited data uh, and calling for a flat fee of $50 to use for a month. It's 15 gigabytes, so I didn't need to buy a local SIM card there. Um, the problem is that unlike Istanbul Airport, which has the excuse me the the main mobile phone companies all have their stores at Istanbul Airport once you got out of um, customs and luggage. I did not see that at Haydar Aliyev International Airport. It's possible they might, Bakusal, Hazrsal, Nar might have shops there where you could buy a SIM card after arriving at the airport. Um, I personally did not see any of those stores there. Obviously, I was 2 in the morning too, um, so it's possible they may have, but I'm not. I didn't see any. So look, if you want to get a SIM card, my suggestion would be once you check into your hotel, ask your hotel where is their nearest, Azercell or Bakucell or NAR store at, so you can buy a SIM card if you need to purchase one there. Now, the thing about Baku is that it is some of the major sites of Baku are not in the city as per se. Um, so, because of that, I highly recommend that you hire a tour guide while you're there. I did a lot of searching to try to find uh, kind of an affordable tour guide service there, and luckily I was able to find one. They're called Private Tours Baku. They were very affordable when I was there. They charged me about $85 a day, which included a tour guide and transportation as well. Uh, but they did an excellent job. Uh, excuse me. They did an excellent job. I told them what I wanted to see, and they kind of tailored it around it during my 3 day visit there. Uh, they do have a website. I'll give the website below in the comment in the video description below. I highly recommend them. They're absolutely excellent. One of the owners of the company is Fuad Haji Muhammadov. Uh, Fuad, once you contact with them, Fuad gets in contact with you via email and via WhatsApp, uh, constantly asking you for uh, any assistance you might need while you're there, and be in contact with you. He'll message you frequently to find out about your trip, when you're arriving, if you need transportation or not. I highly recommend their company. Fuad might be your tour guide as well. Um, I was expecting that. Um, uh, I did meet Fuad when I was there. He's a very nice, very friendly, very friendly person. Fuad, if you're seeing this video, um, uh, I never got a chance to probably properly thank you again for all your help when I was in Baku. Um, so Fuad didn't do my tour guide, even though I thought initially he would. My tour guide actually, if you want a suggestion for a tour guide, her name is Turkan Zarlu. So Turkan works for Fuad, and Turkan is extremely knowledgeable, very friendly. For my Pakistani viewers, she handles a lot of Pakistani tour groups as well. So she's very knowledgeable. about Pakistan. He knows a number of Urdu words as well. Um, so I highly recommend that if you organize 2 private tours of Baku, um, you can request to see if Turkan is available. You will not be disappointed. She's a wonderful guy. I enjoyed my time with her being my tour guide when I was there. Um, Now I'll end this video with regards to how to get around Baku. Um, as I mentioned before, there is Uber, so you can use Uber. The other thing is that as I mentioned earlier, the cabs are expensive, so I would not take the cabs in Baku. Now they do have the Baku Metro there. Now the Baku Metro, I didn't go on it. I didn't get a chance to go on it. Uh, it doesn't take you to all the places in the city. Uh, it's kind of like a loop design, though they are in uh, process of expanding it uh, as well. There is a station in the Isha Shahir, but really the only place to take it to, and the problem is it doesn't go to all the sites. But as I mentioned earlier, some of the sites to see in Baku are outside the city, so obviously it's not going to go there. But it does go close to the Haydar Aliyev Center if you want to take a metro ride there. So that would be the option. So there's the Baku Metro. So I'm done with this video. So my third video will deal with what to see in Baku over a 3-day visit, um, and basically dealing with the first day, and is primarily dealing with the first day, and what to see during that time. Until then, thank you.